Another sunny, warm welcome to the Zhuhai International Circuit, round 5 of the 2023 Asia Road Racing Championship. You're looking behind me here at the last turn. This is where some things will be decided. Before we talk about that, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday. In race 1, we had an amazing fight from Marcus Reitzenberger in the ASB 1000s, and he has the opportunity to close it off today, championship-wise. In the 600s, it was quite the battle. Kito Abe falling early on, but then it was a battle between Soichiro, Helmi, and Azroy, and that was a great battle. We expect to see more of the same today in the 250 class. My oh my, the Astro Hondas, Veda, strong as always, but Muklara Sarapuech getting her victory after a long time. It's so great to see her back on top. And then in the 150s, in the underbones, Nazrul Izat didn't get a win, but he finished 6th. So he is still leading in the championship by 54 points, and he has the opportunity to close it off. In the TVS Asia 1 make, now that's another one. It was drama towards the end. Ramdan and Vorapong colliding. So that is another twist in the tail of the championships. Today, we have race 2. We also had the pit walk. That happens at 11:10. But before we head to race 2, we have the warm-ups going on. But the interesting thing is, for the underbones and the ASB 1000s at least, the championships will be decided on who comes out at that last turn and ends up first across the finish line. We got plenty of action happening today. We got the pit walk as well today. Do join us if you're around the area. Come down. The stands are here. The pit walk will be ready, and the action is hot and set. We'll see you guys in the morning sessions.
A very good morning from me, Barry Russell, from Zhuhai International Circuit. As Daniel was saying, the conditions are bright here. There is a little bit of cloud I could see above Daniel's head as he was introducing the warm-up sessions. But the forecast today is sunshine all the way. Virtually perfect conditions for motorcycle racing here for round 5 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. Temperatures around peak times, which will be when the races start from 1 p.m. Air temperatures will be around 28 degrees. Track temperatures around about 40 degrees, so beautiful working temperatures. That has meant that there have been no issues after the halfway point in races with tyre wear. So everything is set for a really good day's racing for race 2. On track now for their 10-minute warm-up session, and on their outlaps is the TVS Asia One Make Championship. 14 competitors out in round 5. The rider on your screen there, number 10, Ramdan Rosley, who had that unfortunate coming together with Vorapong Malahuan, 2 championship contenders going down in the later stages of the race yesterday, and blowing things wide apart in the standings. In fact, it's the first time since the series began in 2022 that Vorapong Malahuan has not been sitting at the top of the standings at the start of a weekend. So that the rider who has replaced him is Malaysian Muzakia Mohammed. He's on 128 points. Vorapong, by virtue of that DNF, didn't add to his tally, so he is still on 126. Just behind him, Dekitiano Aldi, who's been disappointing this weekend, it has to be said. And Ramdan Rosley on 118, so 10 points between the first 4 in the championship. So everything to play for. There are a couple of championships that potentially could be decided today, but this is definitely not one of them. Number 13 going through on your screen there has been quick all weekend. Pioat Patumios. Pioat finished 4th yesterday. So he is on 102 points. So not completely out of the reckoning for the championship, although a little further back than the front four that are really tightly bunched together. Ramdan Rosli will be looking to make up for that disappointment yesterday with a win if he possibly can today. The big hurdle he's got to overcome is in the shape of the experienced and accomplished Japanese rider Hiroki Ono, who since coming into the championship, he joined us in round 3, which was at his home track at Sugo. First time out, he scored a win. He had a DNF in second time out, and 1, 2, 3. Since then, he has won every race. So 5 starts, 4 wins for Hiroki Ono, who is carrying the number 16 when you see that. Number 14 on your screen right now is Darren Pob Tongyoy. Darren Pob coming along nicely, the young Thai rider in this championship. He's looked good all weekend. He's got Chirant Vishwanath running with him, the Indian rider. Coming into view now, number 5 of Arshad Rishdi, quick rider. Didn't get such a good result yesterday. And there is Deki Tiano Aldi, one of the championship contenders, who's still at the top. His championship position was definitely helped by the coming together of Orapong and Ramdan yesterday. In other words, he didn't suffer too much damage because his finishing position was far down from what we expected. Finishing 8th yesterday. There is Hiroki Ono, number 16. That's the challenge that everybody else faces on this circuit. 5 starts and 4 finishes. He has put himself into 6th place in the standings, with a total of 100 points, 25 times 4. He's going through that fast, open final turn 14. To cross the line, he started from the middle of the front row yesterday. He only put in 1 quick lap during qualifying, which seems to be his style. Quite economical, Hiroki Ono, but he puts the work in when he needs to. And he needed to work pretty hard yesterday for his win. But a really convincing performance from the Japanese, dare I say, veteran. Ramdan Rosli going through there, number 10, with the number 22 on the back of his helmet. Not sure whether that helps or not when you're trying to identify these riders, and he's got Arshad Rishdi just ahead of him. The number 8 going through is, the number 8 going through is Kuan Eins Chang, the sole Filipino rider in this championship, as we just stay with Ramdan for a while. Really smooth, fast rider on a fast stop-and-go circuit that features high top speeds, heavy braking. It's an older circuit that's used a lot for cars, and so the surface is a little bumpy. That's just another challenge. But it's a nice contrast when you have a championship that goes to modern circuits like Mandalika and Sepang and Chang International Circuit. It's nice to have an older circuit serving up different challenges, and also to be surrounded by greenery and mountains. We have it at Sugo as well. So it's a flat layout, but full of challenges, no matter whether you're riding an underbone or whether you're riding a superbike. Signal there from Ramdan. I think he doesn't appreciate giving a bit of free tuition to the riders that were following him, so he lets them go through, or forces them to go through. He's got Deki just in front of him. So Ramdan comes across the line with Kerwin just behind him. Piawat, number 13, just slotting in. You can see that although this is only a warm-up session, Ramdan Rosli has got some really good pace. He's coming up very fast behind the other riders. He just slipped past Deki Tiano, the young Indonesian, who's really quick and gone away from the rest. So he's just getting up to race pace. There's 1 minute 22 before the end of the session, so I'm not quite sure from this point on the circuit whether Ramdan will get another flying lap. But he's really getting his eye in for this afternoon's race. Hiroki Ono on the timing screens, currently second. So the best time so far for Hiroki Ono has been 1:48.156. He's just improved that. There he goes down towards turn 1, number 16, with that distinctive showy, excuse me, yellow helmet. He's done a 1:48.086. So 1:47's beckoning even in this warm-up session for Hiroki Ono. Next best is Muzakir, who was next best to Hiroki Ono in race 1 yesterday. He finished second, 1:48.156, 1:48.478 for Ramdan Rosli. So we'll just stay with this superbly smooth, aggressive when he needs to be, Japanese rider. He's raced in GPs, a lot of experience in Europe. An impressive CV. I think he's perhaps 31 years old now, Hiroki Ono. Other riders going well are Piawat, unsurprisingly, although he's a second and a half adrift at 1:49.528. And the checkered flag is out, so that's the end of the session, which means that when Hiroki Ono and when the others cross the finish line this time around, they'll be on a slowing down lap and return to the pits. Here he comes, last time to cross the line. Let's take a look. That was a 1:47.791. So as we are starting to get used to seeing Hiroki Ono just puts in 1 or 2 fast laps in each session, except the race when he puts in a fast lap every time around. That pushed Muzakir down to second, 1:48.156, so a gap of 0.365. So nothing surprising there in the form of warm-up. Impressive speed from Hiroki Ono. Another really solid performance from Muzakir, who is already in the pits. Deki Tiano in the pits, his best time was 1:52, so Deki still not, for some reason, gelling with this 4.3 kilometer Zhuhai circuit. Interesting, just looking at the sky there. It does look a little bit grey, so let's just confirm those warm-up times and results. 1:47.791 for Hiroki Ono. Muzakir Mohammed, 1:48.156 was second. In third place, Ramdan Rosli. Fourth was Piawat. Fifth, Darrenpop Tongyoi. Sixth, Warapong Malahuan. Seventh, Chiran Vishwanath, 1:50.405. Good work from him. Tayo Seta, who was third yesterday, was eighth. Ninth, Rusman Fadil. 10th, Arshad Rushdi. 11th, KY Ahmed. 12th, Kumin Ans Chang. 13th, local rider Jang Duran. And 14th, Deki Tiano Aldi. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, it will be with the Underbone 150 warm-up session. Lots of drama yesterday, plenty to talk about, so stay with us. We'll be back with you in about 6 minutes from now. You're watching the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship warm-up sessions live from Zhuhai International Circuit.
We're down here at the Forest 1M garage with none other than Gupita Krisa. So Gupita, it was a decent race for you yesterday. How was it?
Untuk hari ini race 2 ini saya akan melakukan untuk aman poin dan mudah-mudahan untuk race 2 ini saya bisa podium pertama.
So the translation for that is for race 2 today. He expects to try and stay calm and try to fight for the top spot on the podium. So for yesterday's race, untuk race semalam, macam mana untuk Gupita? Sebab nampak macam result yang agak baik.
Untuk race pertama kemarin saya dari start nomor 16, syukur alhamdulillah saya bisa ikut rombongan maju ke depan dan finish, alhamdulillah finish nomor 4. Ya.
Terima kasih Gupita. So the translation was that it was a tough qualifying session, and then in the end he managed to get a great start and finish up in 4th. Congratulations Gupita, thank you, good luck for today.
It's Sunday at Zhuhai International Circuit in the gorgeous southeast of China. And that means we are looking at the warm-up sessions ahead of race 2 for all 5 categories. Those races will begin at 1 o'clock this afternoon. This is the warm-up session for the much acclaimed worldwide underbone 150 class. Some of the best racing, motorcycle racing on planet Earth is served up every time these bikes line up to compete in the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. And these riders are out on the sighting lap. That means they've just come out of the pit lane, finding their way around the circuit for the first time. And why do we have warm-ups? We have warm-ups so that the riders can check any new parts that they've put in, so like brake discs or suspension changes, anything like that. And also just to get some of the nerves out, get back on circuit and help to focus on the job in hand this afternoon. 22 competitors in this ferocious motorcycle racing class. And it looks like, let's see which number that is. It's one of the JRT. Oh, that's Wawanwelo. Looks like Wawanwelo is having a little bit of an issue. One of the contenders, if not for the championship, for second place, but it's good that whatever problem Wawanwelo is experiencing now, that it's happening in warm-up and not in the race. So you can see the riders at almost walking pace on this sighting lap. As we've said many times before, it's something that enrages officials. It's really not a safe thing to do, to ride slowly on a racetrack, because other riders might come up from behind at race pace. But let's talk about the rider you can see there, the number 13, Akid Aziz. He has been literally imperious this weekend. He was the 2017 Underbone champion. He's just won the National Underbone Championship in his home country of Malaysia, the Cup Prix. And yesterday, he was fastest by a huge margin in qualifying. And then he went out in Super Pole. Super Pole was to determine the first 10 grid starting positions. And he was far ahead of everybody else again then, by which I mean 0.8 of a second faster than the next quickest rider to take pole position yesterday. He then went on and won the race. So literally a perfect weekend so far for Akid Aziz. And somebody else looking for a good weekend there was the number 27 machine of Giancarlo Maurizio. Not a good race for him yesterday, unfortunately. Giancarlo finished down in 17th and out of the points. Wawanwelo back up to speed, whatever that issue is. He seems to have figured it out. Running together with the number 27 there, Giancarlo Maurizio, is the number 43, fellow Filipino, April King Moscado. And behind them, is that one of the Uzi Hondas? We'll take a look in a second. Slipstreaming is really important. That's the 4S1M machine of Gupita Krishna, number 23, who Daniel was speaking to just a few minutes ago. Gupita on really good form, didn't quite make the podium yesterday. But there is a rider with a lot on the line today. Number 87 for Uma Racing Malaysia, Nazrul Izzat Bahoudin. He could wrap the championship up with a win and with favourable finishing positions for his main championship rivals. So a bit of a nail biter for Nazrul. He was 6th yesterday. And just saw his lead lead reduce from, just saw his lead reduce by 3 points from 57 to 54 points, so he's got a 57-point lead. There are 75 points remaining, including this afternoon's race. Daniel Bogus has just joined me. Much to my surprise, these sessions are so short. I thought you'd stay downstairs, Daniel, but welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be up here. For a bit. But it's different weather again from yesterday morning. It's a bit more cloudy. No indication that there's going to be rain, but it could be a possibility.
Yeah, the clouds look heavier than I expected, especially when you did your opening, and the sky above you really looked quite heavy.
Yeah, so conditions never the same.
No, that's right. That's right. But I was just mentioned about the fabulous performances we saw yesterday in qualifying, Super Pole, and in the race of Akid Aziz. I mean, he was quite literally imperious yesterday.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's in his domestic championship, he was an unstoppable force, and he's showing that yesterday. And yeah, I think for Akid, it just took a few months for it to click into him on how good he really is. And he realized his capabilities, and he's confident now. He's riding with full confidence. It was clear to see that yesterday in race 1. And yeah, well, this season is already going to be out of touch for him, but I think definitely next season for Akid, it could be a big one.
Yeah, let's see. And it's been a really good weekend also for Ahmad Fazrul Sham. He finished second to Akid yesterday, just less than a tenth behind him. So that's actually quite a big margin in underbone racing. But Fazrul has been good all weekend. The number 11 JRT rider. So, what do you think explains his form, Fazrul?
Yeah, I think it's just something gelling between him and the team, because he did mention that yesterday in Parc Fermé. He said that this is all because of the team. So I think it's just, we know the quality of Fazrul Sham. He's a fantastic rider. Him and Fazrul Sham, they're both legends in the game. So it was just the brilliant work between Fazrul and the team. And yeah, it was evident. And you could see the way he took turn 14. He was an absolute bullet. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, full of confidence. He was brilliant all the way through on Friday as well. The number 14, you just saw going through there, was Pirapong Lui Bun Peng for Team One for All. He is running, I think Fazrul Sham is in that group somewhere as well. Just coming up at the rear of that group is, I think that's Hafisa Rofa, who was 5th yesterday. That would have been disappointing for him, but in fact was also just within a couple of tenths of the winner. And that's what this underbone racing game is about. It's getting yourself into a position where you can score the big points.
Yeah, because for Hafiza and Shafiq, they played the game as we expected. They just maintained with the group, and they were always in the top 6, top 8. They were never out of touch. And it could have gone either way. It could have been, if Hafiza just had that extra drive, he would have been at the front. For Shafiq, is the same. Shafiq, the one who was ahead of the two, managed to be on the podium. So they're both fantastic riders. The 1xx team, they work so well. And I think, especially because they have Noor Hakim as well. So if Noor Hakim could have been up there with them, they have a trio that could really test the top 3 positions.
Yeah, and as they go across the line this time, it looks as though Akid Aziz is completing this perfect weekend by being fastest in the warm-up too. 1:58.522. That's a pretty decent time. I mean, basically anything around or just under 2 minutes is good. So whatever he had yesterday, he's still got it. Hafisa Rover next best, 1:59.3. That's quite a big gap. His teammate Shafiq Rasool. Next, Afif Amran, who's standing in for the injured Izzat Zaidi. And Fahmi Bassam. He's been good this weekend too.
Yeah, he's been constantly showing his name up at the top. It's been a really good showing. Owen Wello not doing too well in this warm-up session to a 1.7, but we know Owen Wello in a race situation he's good.
Yeah, difficult day for him yesterday. He was one of the early first lap crashers along with John Emerson and Guito, Cheryl Shazras and 2022 champion Wayu Ajit Trilaksana.
Yeah.
So all those guys are going to want to show something today. I mean, that was literally 4 of the top riders taken out.
Those are all big names immediately out on the first lap, so it's unfortunate.
Let's just have a look at that as the perfect weekend continues. I hope I don't jinx it for him, but Akid Aziz, 158.522, phenomenal time in warm-up, actually. Afisa Rover was next best, followed by Shafiq Rasol. 4th, Afif Amran, the stand-in for the injured Izzat Zaidi. Fahmi Bassan, another good result, 5th place. 6th for Nazrul Izzat, the champion-elect, dare we say. 7th, Murabul Vitoni, and 8th, Cheryl Shazras. Ahmad Fazrul Sham was 9th. 10th, Pirpong Louis Boonpeng, his Team One for All teammate. Pascon San Luan was just behind him. Wawan Wello, a bit of a quiet session for him. He was 12th. 13th, Antoine. 14th, Noor Hakim, the stand-in rider for Fazli Sham in 1XOX TKKR. And 15th, Haziq Hamdan. 16th, the young Indonesian Arai Agaska. 17th, John Emerson in Guito. 18th, April King Moscado. 19th, Giancarlo Maurizio. 3 Filipinos in a row there. 20th, Pacharagon. 21st, Haziq Farouz. 22nd, Gubita Kreshna, quiet session for him. Nguyen Hutri was 23rd. 24th is Amek Mal. And 25th, Wayu Aji Trilaksana, holding up the timing screen. So we're going to take a short break, but while we do, we've got a little clip for you. We're going to be looking at Carol Idampawi.
Just arrived here yesterday from Jerez, was Dubai, and yeah, it's been really difficult there. And but very good experience to race in the WSBK and the Super Sport 300cc. And yes, look at the championship. It's quite close also to the other rider. And also here, I came here for the first time, and I hope I can adapt early before the race. I never been here, and also I never raced in the circuit, and I just look at the YouTube in the racing. I think maybe 2018 or 16, I remember, and yeah, look at the layout. I think I really quite like, and many slow corner and also many fast corner. And let's see in the Friday I can be better here.
Welcome back to Zhuhai International Circuit. We are here for round 5 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. Today is Sunday, which means we have race 2 for all 5 classes in the afternoon. And this is the morning, so what we've got is warm-up. This is the 3rd warm-up session of the day, and it's for the AP 250 class. Another ferociously competitive class of racing. We had a fantastic race yesterday that was kind of in 2 halves, I thought, Daniel, because in the early stages, Veda Ega Pratimov, Astra Honda's new wonderkin, scampered away at the front. He was carrying a ride-through penalty obligation, though, from Sugo, so he pulled off relatively late in the race to do his ride-through, and that left the rest of the field to battle it out for the win, and the win was taken by the rider just coming through at the back of that group there, Muqtada Sarapech, number 44. Veda Ega having spent, what do you think it was, Daniel, 30 seconds?
To the pit lane?
Yeah.
From my calculation, actually it was less. The time he lost in that lap was, if I remember correctly, 19 seconds. So it's actually not as bad as you would think.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, because it is quite a short pit lane.
Yeah. Because, I was calculating the lap time difference, and it was about 19, 20 seconds. So, I mean, it's still heavy. It's still a heavy amount of time to be taking, but that's why he did end up 6th in the end, I believe it was, and it was amazing. Such a great young rider.
Yeah, a really good talent here, and another talent on your screen there. Without doubt, one of the best female racers in the world today, Muqtada Sarapech. She came through to win the battle for P1 yesterday. In doing so, she beat championship leader Reza Danica Arens and her teammate Chakrapat Pudisan. Those 3 made up the podium. Sorry, go on, Daniel.
So yeah, I was just going to mention about Reza. I had a short chat with him after the race. Asked him how was the last turn, because it looked like he wanted to go in. He said he couldn't believe Muqtada brake that late because he was on the limit. He said any more and he feels he would have just lost it. So it's a credit to Muqtada. It's unbelievable at the last turn.
It's good. Okay, so I guess if you're going to have an off-track excursion, then do it in warm-up, not in the race. So that was Veda Ega who was in the kitty litter there. He will be looking, because he ran away until he had to do the ride-through yesterday, he's going to be looking without a doubt for a revenge victory today.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, he knows that he won't be disturbing the championship too much, I think, points-wise. So for him, he can just, well, as you mentioned yesterday, the biggest thing he could do to help his teammates is win the remaining 3 races, let's see where Reza ends up in the end, and Reza, he's more than capable of reaching the podium. We know that he's an amazing rider, so if Veda can do him a solid and just keep winning, it's going to be paving a way for Reza to try and close up the championship by the time we reach, I think, race 2 in Buriram.
Yeah, that is Reza in the centre of your screen there, the number 1, 2, 3, being followed by Irfan Ikmal of Bunsu. 2 riders for Idemitsu Bunsu, as that team is tagged. He's been followed by the Kawasaki's of Aiki Yoshi and Irfan Ardiancia. I thought that, I think Irfan's, for me, been disappointing this weekend. We know his quality. I mean, he's gone well in other races and he's really starting to get amongst it. But he hasn't really shown up to the extent that we expected this weekend.
Yeah, he was promising in practice 1 and practice 2, but ever since practice 3 onwards, it just looked a bit unfortunate for him. Every time we see him, he's just seemingly struggling a bit more. So it's strange times.
Yeah, that was a lively looking wild card there, Gao Tze Ang on your screen. Having a little look at Reza Danica. See what an international champion's style looks like. I have to say, in the case of Reza Danica, it's quite something to behold. It looks so smooth, but when you go really close on the bike, you can see just how hard he's pushing it. Kiyoshi also in need of a good result. And there is the best Yamaha from yesterday, and one of two really strong Yamahas from this weekend, Ferozi Torikatula for Yamaha Racing Indonesia. The other rider being Wahyu Nugroho. Wahyu scored his first podium in Mandalika. Ferozi yet to score a podium. He was fourth yesterday. So he's looking to step up as well. And as we've been saying during the weekend, if you've been with us, it's been some clever regulatory tweaks that have enabled the Yamahas to get on terms with the speed of the Hondas and Kawasaki's that have been hitherto difficult for them to keep up with. There's Irfan just going past, actually Irfan Haikal going past Irfan Ardiansyah. Ferozi Torikatula, is that his best result? Yeah, it must have been his best result this year. He's had a couple of fifth places, so yesterday's fourth was his best result of the season.
Speaking of best results, Zhuhai not too far from the top in this session, 2.633. Riding there for East NJT.
Yeah, I expected them to be a little bit quicker than they have been. Warwick, the best of the three East NJT riders at the moment. 1.7 off. So you have Ferozi, who's currently sitting at the top of the timing screen, ahead of Irfan Haikal and Aiki Iyoshi. Aiki 152.2, 52.3. So almost exactly 2 seconds off Ferozi's best time of this session.
I think we've also, yesterday we've managed to put the debate to rest. East NJT, the colours are recognized as fuchsia pink, I think it was.
Yeah, that was my first guess earlier in the season. I was so happy when one of the team executives told us last night that yeah, they thought it was fuchsia pink. Yes.
You know your colours well. Here's a hard charging Ferozi. I think he's looking good in this morning session. I think he knows P4 yesterday. It's already just so inches away from a podium. So
yeah,
if he gets that rhythm correct from the start.
Yeah, I mean another rider that is going to be in contention probably for a high finish this time, who didn't finish yesterday, was Hergen.
Yeah, Hergen had that tumble down. That was a rare mistake from Hergen. I think usually the Astro Hondas, we see them the riders and the team, always a well-oiled machine, but yeah, it was an unfortunate error for Hergen. And he's a contender for the title as well, so
yeah,
that's really unfortunate for him.
It was a bit of a gift to his teammate, because there was just 6 points between them as we came into this round. There's now 16. Oh, 26. 26.
Yeah, I mean, of course anything can happen in racing, but we know Reza is a very consistent rider, and when he's in a good feeling, he will make sure that he finishes in a good position. So for Hergen, it's not all impossible, but it is a bit more. It is a bit more work for him now.
Yeah, Vader Egger. I think there'll be very short odds on him if you wanted to place a bet this afternoon.
Again, like I said, nothing's impossible in racing. Should Vader win the remaining 3 races, I think it's mathematically possible. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, he's on 110 points. So 65 short. 70. It would take a lot of bad luck on Reza's part.
A lot of bad luck on Reza and Hergen.
And for everything to go perfectly for Vader for that to happen, but it's possible.
That's the beauty of racing. Oh.
Yeah.
149.920 Vader, the only rider below 150.
Yeah, that's a full 4/10 quicker than Ferozi. teammate Reza was third in the session, 150.5. Mukladar fourth, 151.028. Cal Vietnam, just a couple of hundredths slower than Mukladar. He didn't finish yesterday. Noted for his consistency as well as his speed, the Vietnamese. Uncharacteristically, he had his second DNF of the season yesterday. As Daniel heads down to catch one or two of these riders as they finish. So we will get a little more insight. Looking further down the order, Jack Krapat down 151.2. Yesterday's third place finisher. He had a crash in qualifying. It looked like a light, quick crash. He was certainly back up and back in the hunt for a good qualifying position yesterday, but he has injured one of his hands. So that might explain why he, by his standards, is a little bit further down the order. So hopefully all will be well for him. But this is a really tightly contested class. We often see, oh dear, there's not a big lad to push that Honda CBR 250 RR across the grass there, Irfan Haikal. So somebody give him a hand. The photographer's not going to help, except by giving him perhaps a little bit of unwelcome publicity. So let's take a look at the warm-up there. Veda Ega Pratama continuing his speedy dominance that he's shown this weekend so far. 149.9 for him. Second, Ferozi Torakatula, again the best, the fastest Yamaha. Reza Danica RN's championship leader in third. Fourth, Mukladar Sarapach, yesterday's winner. Fifth, Cal Vietnam. Another nice session from him. Sixth, Jack Rapat Pudisan. Seventh, Herjan Atna. Eighth, Wayu Nugroho. Ninth, Tanat Longpliao for Honda Racing Thailand. 10th, Warwick Tong Napakun for East NJT. Irfan Ardiantia was 11th. 12th was Irfan Haikal. We saw there pushing his bike. 13th, Suhatai Chemsap for East NJT. Aiki Yoshi was 14th, 152.3. 15th was Kevin Kintel. 16th, Itlan Hakimi for Idemitsu Bunsu Honda. 17th, Wacharin Tuptimon. 18th, Mohsin Paramban for Honda Racing India. 19th, Nguyen Duc Tan for Honda Racing Vietnam. Liu Chun Mei for Motul Sniper Manual Tech number 33. Gao Tse Ang we saw mixing it up with Razor earlier for Clover Racing Team, and Nitian for Victor Racing MLT Yamaha. 23rd, Leong Nang Tse again for Victor Racing MLT Yamaha. That wraps this session. We will be joining Daniel shortly. And after that, we'll be back with the Supersport 600 warm-up. So stay with us.
We're down here at Moto Sniper Tech, and we're gonna have a quick chat with Aiki Yoshi. So, Aiki, yesterday in practice 1 and 2, you guys were looking okay, but then towards practice 3 qualifying, it seemed like there was a bit more struggle. How has Zhuhai been so far for you guys?
Yeah, Zhuhai circuit is very difficult course and stop and go. So big behind another rider in machine spec, but step by step. They FP coming better. I'll try to more pushing tomorrow. Today race too.
Was there some changes that you guys made in this warm-up session to try and for a race 2 later?
Yeah, set up change to FP. Yeah, coming better. No problem.
Thank you so much, Aiki. Good luck for the race later. We're down here at Honda Racing India, and beside me here is Kevin Quintal. So Kevin, early in the season we already saw some specks of brilliance from you, and it seems like it's been a season of gaining for you. And this time around, it's a bit tough in Zhuhai, but how has it been so far?
It's actually been pretty good. We found a good setup, good feeling with the bike, a lot of improvements. So it's actually been really, really good and learning a lot.
So going into race 2, you have the data already from race 1 and warm up. Was there much changes that you guys made, or are you guys trying to get the rhythm again?
Not much changes, just getting the feel again and getting ready for the race.
What can we expect from you in race 2?
A lot more aggressiveness because I got hit twice in race 1, but I think a lot more aggressiveness should do the trick this time.
Thank you so much. Good luck for the race later.
And we are back on track at Zhuhai International Circuit with the warm-up session for the Supersport 600 class. You can just hear the familiar wail of those high-revving 600cc four-cylinder engines as the riders come out on track to do their sighting lap. 15-minute session, this one. After an absence of 4 years, the FIM Major Road Racing Championship is back at Zhuhai International, and this is round 5 of the 6-round 2023 championship. The championship leader for Supersport 600s, convincing championship leader indeed, is number 89, Karel Idampawi. We're looking at his 2 teammates on screen here. The number 32 is Helmi Asman, number 20, yesterday's race winner, Azroy Hakim Anwar. And in terms of the championship, the 23-point lead being currently held by Karel Idampawi, or Super Kip, as we sometimes like to call him, shrunk from 26 to 23 points. And that's because the race was won by Azroy, as I mentioned. And Azroy, having had a rotten run of luck this season, which has included 3 DNFs, is not in championship contention. So by virtue of him winning, his closer championship rivals, such as Helmi Asman, were not able to close the gap as much as they would have liked. The third bike just going through there, and in the center of your screen is the Bunsu Honda of Karel Idampawi. He finished 4th yesterday. The race was interrupted by a red flag, so it was a 2-part race, and the finishing results were determined in just one 4-lap sprint, which Azroy managed to take by about half a bike length from his teammate Helmi Asman. And the exciting and resurgent Japanese rider Soichiro Minamoto, who we've often seen over the years as a wild card in ARRC, but we're delighted to have him on board as a regular rider. Soichiro, he finished 3rd, and he's capable of really taking the fight to the Hondas. Daniel's just joined me. What did you make of Soichiro's performance yesterday?
No, that was what I expected from Soichiro. You know, he's an amazing rider. He's a world-class talent, and the way he rode this weekend is the best we've seen him this season to me. He looked confident. He looked confident. Looked strong. And the funny thing about Soichiro is, whenever I talk to him on the grid or in the pits, he always looks like he's shivering a little. He looks a bit nervous, but the second he gets off the interview, you can see his face. He gets focused, but he looks calm. And that's the amazing thing about him, and if you look at the way he rides, that's a rider with confidence. It's amazing.
Yeah, he does push really hard. Conventional wisdom is that the Hondas have got a bit of an edge on the Yamahas in Supersport 600, but he's really taking the fight to them and enjoying himself. Yeah. I noticed in one of your earlier interviews with Soichiro that he seemed to be relishing the fact that the track surface here is creating its own challenges.
Yeah. No, he seems happy. He's always enjoying, and I don't think I've ever caught him in a situation where he's not smiling. He's always just thinking, you know what, it's just another day in paradise. Let's just get on with it.
Yeah, grateful to be making his living as a top professional motorcycle racer. Just running behind him there, the number 21. He's been quick this weekend. Adinanta Putra, that's a rider, rookie season for him. He was in 250s last year. He's coming through really strong, and he's shown character as well. He had 2 falls on Friday, but came back really strongly to qualify well. He didn't have the best run of luck yesterday. He finished 8th in the race, but Adinanta Putra for Astra Honda is coming in this class, make no mistake.
They had a brilliant qualifying on the front row in your rookie season. That's amazing, and gosh, there you could see the power of the Honda just on the straight. Exited right behind Soichiro and just had an excellent drive. But that's what makes Soichiro's performance even more impressive. We know the Hondas have that early grunt, and Soichiro, he really took it to them. Oof, Galang there going way off.
Yeah, Galang Hendra finished 7th yesterday, but he looked more promising than that. But this field, you know, you've got 5 or 6 riders that are so close and so fast.
Ooh. What an entry that was from Nakarim, but just overcooked it slightly. But yeah, speaking of Galang, I think we know Galang is a great rider. He's had a number of excellent finishes in World Super Sports, and I think for Galang and Yamaha, it was just a matter of them finding their way around the grid. And ultimately, this round we've seen Soichiro looking better. We've seen Galang as well, who was much closer to the top than before. And even in talking to him yesterday, he seemed a lot more confident, a lot more calm about everything going on, which is a good sign. I think they clearly have found something that's better now. And yeah, this is the closest we've seen Galang to the top in the ARRC Super Sport 600.
Yeah, Nakarin had some bike repairs. After the red flag, he had to lose his grid position and started from way back, but came through to finish 5th yesterday. So that wasn't great for his championship hopes. So Chiro closed the gap out of the contenders, but Nakarin has got a bit more work to do now.
Yeah, the other big news in the Super Sport 600 is we have a different tire size available for this weekend. It's typically they ran the 195, if I'm not mistaken. It was 195/325, but now they have the option for the 180/60. So it's a plug and play for the riders. It's no difference in rim size. It's just a tire. So for them, they have the option to use that, and we saw I think about 8 riders running the new size. So that's a new factor to take into, and we will be having a chat with Dunlop on the grid later on about this, so we just have a better idea on what's going on and the reason behind it. We did have a chat with Mr. Rohan, the official steward. Oh, someone's gone way off there. That's Ibrahim. Oh, nearly saved it, but yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, he was in too deep then to pick it up. Yeah, Ibrahim struggling a little bit this weekend, hasn't got it together as we would hope, and as his undoubted talent demands, really.
That's what I mean. He just ran wide, couldn't get the bike turned, then just went off straight onto the grass and into the gravel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's proper dirt bike stuff there.
Yeah, it is. It is. You can see these gravel traps here, they're in really good condition.
No, that's proper, yeah.
The maintenance of this circuit, from the painting of the white lines through to the immaculate gravel traps, well, until riders go into them and mess them up like Ibrahim just did. But yeah, the maintenance and the attention to detail here is exceptional at this 30-year-old track.
Yeah, no, it is brilliant. I mean, gravel traps, they need to really dig in and stop the riders from going further into the more dangerous areas, and it's working very well. But the thing, we were talking about Ibrahim early on Friday, I thought, okay, maybe he's still getting used to the Yamaha again after riding a Honda for the past month or so. But you would think by now he's readjusted back to the Yamaha, but something just not clicking for him.
Yeah, Andy Fadley just went through our screen there. Class rookie coming in from 250s as the 22 AP 250 champion. Still making his way. He finished 11th yesterday. And the best time today is around 2 seconds off the best time so far. Ratapong Willarot in the 136s in warm-up.
Yeah, Ratapong's been looking a lot better this weekend. I think even talking to him, he seems happy with how they've improved this round. Zhuhai has really changed things up for a lot of teams and riders, and I think this is really good for the competition.
Yeah, and that is the great thing, to have a variety of circuits, older ones, new ones. We went from one of the very newest in round 4, Mandalika, to one of the oldest. I'm not sure how old Sugo is, but it's great to have this variety, because Sugo is also an older circuit, but different to this, it also has elevation changes and a different set of challenges. And the design of this one, it's fast, it's stop-go. It has got some areas where you can flow. And one of the most interesting sectors is Sector 3, I think, because it's long and it all builds up to the crescendo, which is the exit of turn 14.
I love the last turn here. It's such a tricky corner because if you overcook it slightly and you run the risk of, first of all, track limits, second of all, the gravel trap. So it's a really exciting track. And I mean, we've seen the action yesterday already. When there's a battle, it's just amazing, especially for the underbones and 250s. Running into that last turn it's a gamble of sorts. How late do you want to brake? How early do you want to go in? How wide are you willing to try and exit? It's
such an open turn. Oh, and we've got Panasson, Kausonti now in the gravel. So you get a close-up there to just prove the point we were making about how well things are kept here at Zhuhai International Circuit. Marshall's on the spot there. That tray will go under the front wheel, then they'll get some straps and they'll haul it out of the gravel.
I think the marshals here must be absolutely fit from pulling bikes through the gravel. It's not easy work.
Yeah, there's more car activity here than bikes, but there you go. They're gonna. Yeah, that's just brute force dragging it out, and why not? There's enough of them there. Panasson giving a helping hand too.
Yeah, he should be fit enough for that.
For sure, yeah.
A great work from the marshals for helping Panasson get that bike out of the gravel. You see yellow flags being waved there. Soichiro now. What a great transition of a shot.
Soichiro not really pushing as we saw him yesterday. But we'll definitely see him pushing this afternoon, that's for sure. Just 1.5 minutes remaining now in this 15-minute warm-up session. And the thing that really jumps out at you is Ratapong Willer at the top of the screens there with that time of 36.761. Good for him. There goes Soichiro.
He does improve, 137.401. But Ratapong, he's the one that's breaking the Honda party in this warm-up.
Yeah, closest to him, and he is very close, is Karl Idampawi, which may not bode so well for those who would take his championship chances away from him. So yeah, impressive stuff. So we hope that Ratapong can put himself among the leaders this afternoon for race 2. As Roy, yesterday's race winner, 3rd fastest. Maka in 4th, 137.161. So again, just looking at the gap between the riders, the top 8 separated by less than 9/10 of a second. Ratapong still pushing.
Yeah, I will say for Ratapong, it's a tough season. He's the only rider in his garage. And when you have no other reference point, it's not easy to get data back. And you're relying on yourself. You're relying on yourself for any information that's relayed back to the team. I mean, previous seasons, he had a few more at least in his garage. Not just in the 600s, but the 1000s as well. So it's a tough one for Ratapong, but it's great to see that this run, they have found improvements. He is closer to the top again. So you know Ratapong, he's a great quality.
Yeah, and thinking about tyres, Daniel, briefly, because the checkered flag is out now, but that strip on the rear tyre of Ratapong, is that pink or purple? Is that a soft tyre or is that a new tyre?
That should be the soft tyre.
I think it's a soft.
Yeah, but the size, not too sure yet. I think yesterday Ratapong was in the 180s, I think.
We have the information here. Yes, he was, yeah. Yeah.
So it seemed to be his choice right now.
Yeah, I need to see the strip on a soft tyre and one of the new ones alongside each other to see the difference between the purple and the pink.
Worst comes to worst, I'll tell Sal to just paint a yellow line or something on all the new tyres. Sal is our guy from Dunlop. He's been really informative and Dunlop has been really good in giving us all the data of temperatures and tire information, and that was the interesting point about this weekend, whether there was tire wear or not, and apparently there's no issue at all.
Yeah, we were assuming that because the track seems quite abrasive, that tire wear would be an issue, but a combination of the compounds as they are and the virtually perfect working temperatures they've been at, with track temperatures around 40-ish. It's been absolutely fine. Here are the results. Ratapong Willarot, good to see him at the top of the timing screens. 136.761. Khalid and Powie, championship leader, just behind him in second. Third, yesterday's race winner, Azroy. Fourth, Nakarina Tirapuvapat. Fifth, Helmi Asman. Second yesterday. Sixth, Soichiramoto. He was third yesterday. Adananta Putra in seventh and eighth. Panason, Kausonti. Ninth in that session was Kito Abe. 10th, Ibrahim Noradin, who we saw going deep in the gravel. 11th, Galang Hendra. 12th, Andy Fadley. And 3 wildcards, Jia Feng, Lin Ji Fei, and Zhou Feng Long. Those last two from Silversteed Racing, and Xiaojun Tong did not record a time in that session. Next up for the warm-up sessions will be the final one of the morning, which is for ASB 1000. They'll have a 20-minute session, and that will be coming up at 10:25 local time, which is 7 minutes from now. So we're going to take a short break, and we will be back with you with that on-track action and all the talking points from the round 5 action so far. So stay with us. This is round 5 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. The Superbikes are out for their warm-up session for this Sunday morning for round 5 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. And leading the field out on their sighting lap is championship leader, who could just about wrap up the championship today if things go his way. Markus Reiterberger for 1XOX BMW TKKR. And that is the big challenge for everybody else in this field, because Reiterberger has a whole string of wins to his credit. Made it 5 in a row yesterday in race 1, although he was run pretty close by his teammate Aslan Shah Kamaruzzaman. Zakwan Zaidi fought well. Zakwan for Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa, the 2022 champion. Led the race from the start, lost the lead to Reiterberger on lap 2 and wasn't able to respond. Aslan Shah overcame him to take P2. So it was an intriguing race. So 1, 2, 3 yesterday. Oh, sorry, Zakwan did get the better of Aslan Shah in quite a close tussle yesterday. It was 1, 2, 3, Reiterberger, Zakwan and Aslan. And the most exciting, one of the most exciting riders now in this class is Andy Farid Izdihar, Zakwan's teammate. He finished 4th on this occasion, but there is a race win coming sometime soon for the Indonesian star, Andy Farid Izdihar. The rider on screen we were just looking at there he is again, Kazma Daniel Kazmaidin, number 27. A little bit disappointing again this weekend for Kazma. Something's not quite right in that camp. Daniel's with me. Daniel, you're quite close to Kazma. What do you make of what's happening with him at the moment in this championship?
I don't know, it's really strange, because I think it's just Yamaha in general, they're struggling a bit, because we saw last season Kazma was really the man in charge. We expected him to be a title contender from the get-go, but something happened early on in the season or pre-season, and Kazma ever since round 1 just couldn't get the rhythm right. I think Yamaha need to find something to keep up with. Well, obviously the one thing we do see is the top speeds of the Honda and the BMWs. They have amazing top speed, and that could be the main factor. Maybe Yamaha just need to find a few more horsepower here and there, because we know Kazma's an amazing rider, and this is just not where we expect him to be.
Absolutely, it's sort of been a source of frustration this season, because as you said, the further he got through the 2022 season, the better and better he looked. And down there is once again, unfortunately, is Lachlan Epis for Evolution Sports. He's just dumped his BMW into the gravel trap there. We didn't see how that happened.
So where is it? Is this a replay of the crash? There it is.
Yeah,
so again, we just
he
see
didn't catch it. Anyway, he's unharmed.
It's unfortunate. That's a couple of falls for him now. So it's been a tough round for Lachlan. It's been good timing-wise. In practice, he was pretty close and still trying to get that massive BMW.
Yeah.
It's a big bike.
Yeah, I mean, he's a strong lad, Lachlan, but yeah, he needs a bit of help there, and suddenly he has 6 marshals helping him. So hopefully he'll be able to get some useful laps in. We've got 15 minutes remaining in this 20-minute warm-up session.
I would say it's funny, a few years ago we saw bikes getting smaller. That seemed to be the trend, but now we're seeing bikes like BMW, Honda, they look massive now. And then the Yamaha, still a small-looking machine in comparison.
That's true, but a lot of it is bodywork and aero that's giving that effect, isn't it?
Yeah, Honda says have that a little extra, I think about 2 inches of winglets at the side fairing, and BMW that massive wing at the front. That could also be another factor that's affecting Yamaha. They don't have any real aerodynamic changes in the past, I think, 8 years. since the new R1 debuted in 2015, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps just a development issue, as you say. And at this level, aero does make a difference. That's Yuki Ito, the number 76 there, just coming up behind Chen Hongyang. The wild card here in the Superbike class, who's been having a really good time mixing it up with the ARRC regulars. Yuki Ito will probably go past him, and that will give Chen a chance to take a look at him.
Yeah, that's another point that we have to mention as well. Yuki, no slouch, but he's also struggling this season, replacing as a replacement rider.
Yeah, Kemit Kubo.
Kemit Kubo, yeah. Yeah, Kemit Kubo again. A world-class rider, and he himself was not getting the best out of the Yamaha. So I really do hope, I mean, this round Yamaha do look a bit closer than in previous, but Yamaha needs something. And because we know Yamaha is a great factory, we know they have the capabilities, they've dominated in the past. So hopefully, if it's not this or the next round, hopefully next season they bring a package that really can take it toe-to-toe. Because Yamaha's strongest point has always been the handling. They've always been brilliant in that section.
Really, yeah, easy to ride. By contrast, the Honda is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, Hondas used to be all about smooth and steady, but now they're just absolute monsters. And likewise with the BMWs.
Yeah, exactly. There is Zakwan Zaidi carrying the number 1 plate by virtue of his 2022 championship. I've spoken to Zakwan a few times this season, and he quite often gets a little misty-eyed and looks back to the previous version of the Honda that was such an easy bike to ride.
I still remember when Zakwan first rode the CBR 1000 RRR. I had the pleasure of seeing that firsthand, and then I asked Aslan, what's it like racing against that? And this was before Aslan had the M1000 RR that he has now. Aslan said it felt like a bus just flew past him. Next thing you know, a few months later, Aslan gets a new package, and he's got the bus.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the bus being quite the right comparison there, but maybe Rocket might be closer. But the Honda, the new Honda and the new BMW are absolute rocket ships.
Once again, the Honda clocked the fastest top speed in Sepang that we've clocked in ARC.
Right. Yeah.
301 was it? Or was it 303?
Can't remember. I remember it was just over 300. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And we saw these two running close together in race 1 yesterday. It was Zakwan that got the better of Aslan to take second. Aslan will be on a mission for another good result today, and hopefully take the fight to his teammate. Looked a little out of shape under braking there, but okay, he's got it back. Does like to ride a little loose, doesn't he, Aslan? It's always fun to watch him.
He has this riding style where it just looks like he's about to lose it, but he's in control, and it's the way he likes to ride. I was talking with someone, I can't remember who it was, but it's also one of the Malaysian riders. He said that Aslan's the kind of guy who will work hard on the bike. He will tire himself out, but that's the way he likes to do it. He likes to make it really aggressive, and he makes it work.
Yeah, he does. And here we got the number 91, the fuchsia pink and white colours of the East NJT. And this Honda rocket ship is piloted by Jakrit Swangsawat, the Thai team, Thai rider. Close ties to Honda. Jakrit had a few issues yesterday. Looked like he was having handling issues. A couple of crashes this weekend.
Yeah, it was all throughout Friday and Saturday. I just had really bad luck. I think every time they tried something, maybe that was when he had an error or a crash, and yeah, just couldn't see. Again, it looks a bit unsettled there on the exit, but it's just been a tough weekend for the East NJT team, in the thousands for Jakrit at least. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, I've just been watching the tyres. A lot of riders are running the same combination. You can see they're on Jackret's bike with a medium front and a hard rear. Let's check out the Yamaha as Kazma tips in, but the hard.
Yeah, that was interesting information. The thousands as well, they have a new tire this round. That's something we didn't touch on yet. And apparently the hard compound, according to Dunlop, is the faster compound currently. That's where the best times have come from. So you can see Kazma now, we saw him trying a few different variations. We saw him with the soft rear, we saw him with the medium, but now he's running hard. That seems to be the choice of the weekend. And one thing that I just noticed, Marcus just set a 132.565
in warm-up.
In warm-up. His second best time was a 132.9.
Yeah, and his pole time was 132.2 something, wasn't it?
So he's just 0.3 away from his time with the qualifying tire.
Yeah. On our screen just now we were watching Kosuke Sakamoto, the replacement rider for Passowit. We're back now with Andy Farid, but Kosuke managed to launch himself high into the sky in race 1. Nasty high side for him, although he landed well enough not to be injured and to be back on track today for Astemo S1 Honda. There's Andy Farid. Wouldn't he like another podium finish today?
And he's still running the medium front, so I think he feels most comfortable with that option. So now just 10 riders that have come out to set the times. We're missing Toyu Joe, unfortunately, due to a big crash in the first session for the thousands. And he picked up a fractured foot, so speedy recoveries to Toyu Joe. Hope to see him back in the next round if he gets to recover and gets back to fitness.
There's one bone in his foot, so hopefully that'll heal up quickly, and he can just perhaps put a bit of precautionary strapping on it for Buriram. But he needs a new bike.
Definitely, yeah. The bike
much more than he needs a new foot.
Yeah, the damage to the bike was significant. Both of the rims completely broken. The subframe gone, the fairing is unrecognizable, but the frame of the bike and everything was still in shape, so I think they should be able to get that fixed up.
Reiterberger coming up behind Jackret.
Looks like something got sunny at turn 1.
Yeah. But Lachlanipis is still in the pits after that excursion into the gravel. There goes Marcus sweeping out wide, making a nice, clean, safe pass to go past Jackret. Jackret will want to have a look at the back end of the German's BMW.
Yeah, Lachlan, I think he's just been so unlucky. He hasn't had real good track time since Friday. So there's been an error here or there. So for Lachlan, it's going to be a bit of a gamble going into race 2. I don't know if he's going to be able to try a different setup with the time remaining, whether they've gotten that bike fixed up. There's not much time left, so it's going to be a tough one for him. I think the best he can hope for if they were to try something different is just copy whatever number 28's doing.
Yeah, but they want to do a bit better than that if they're going to overcome him, stop him from recording his 6th win in a row, and potentially wrapping up the ASB 1000 Championship.
Look at his pace, 132.5, and he's just, let's see what he does on this lap itself. It's 133.7, so okay, that's a slower lap than usual, but yeah, 132.565 on a hard setup. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he went with that tyre combination yesterday for the race. And he did in the race what he did in qualifying, which was he set the fastest time and then he just kept reducing it. And in the race, he just kept pulling 10th here, a 10th there. And in the process, just destroying the possibility of anybody to catch him.
Yeah, don't forget, Marcus was the one giving early excuses already. He said, I'm big, I'm heavier than others. It's a thinner circuit than I'm used to, narrower, that's the word, narrower circuit than I would like. And next thing you know, he just slowly inches away, and wins it all together.
Yeah, when you're chasing somebody like that and you just can't quite touch them, it can get really frustrating. There's Yuki Ito. Yuki, best time 134.293. Yuki's finished 5th yesterday. 19 seconds off the winning time of Marcus Reiterberger.
Here's Chen Hongyang, the wildcard rider here for Jim 777Y racing team. He's riding a Yamaha WZF R1M.
Yeah, easy to spot that bike too.
It's a really good color combination. Very resemblant of the Yamaha Movie Star colors.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hadn't thought of that, but now you mention it. And the leathers match the bike. No yellow on the helmet though.
But it is a very good looking bike and suit. And for Chen Hongyang, I think as a wildcard, his results this weekend haven't been too bad at all. I mean, 3.5 seconds away from a rider like Marcus Reiterberger, that's not bad.
Absolutely, yeah. No, he looks confident on the bike, and he looks like he's having a good time. He saw the team on the grid yesterday. They were really making the most of the moment.
They look like they're enjoying their first outing here, and yeah, that's really great. I do hope riders like Chen Hongyang join us for other rounds as well. It'll be a great addition.
Yeah, there is Kosuke once again. He'll be a little bit achy, no doubt, after that high side.
He really got flung in the air, but now we know that Kosuke is a good rider. He will be looking forward to race 2. 34.6 is the best he's done so far, which is about mid-pack. It's not too far away from Yuki or Kasma. Zakwan now. Zakwan, well, currently he's the best of the rest in this session, a 133.314. Still lapping in very good times. It's just Marcus has that little bit of extra that he's found.
Yeah, it's just that pace, right? And Zakwan pushing it. A bit out of shape on the exit there as he put the power down. The exit to turn 11-12 is really crucial for how you get through the final turn and across the line. So Zakwan's best time is 0.75 basically off Marcus's best time.
Lachlan has come out now, so I think he will just get that 1 lap in with the time remaining.
Yeah.
But at least it will be information for him to take back to the pit.
Exactly, just shake down a little bit.
So there he is now, number 83, the young Aussie. Yeah, Fairing took a bit of a few scratches here and there, but nothing too concerning. So here comes Lachlan now. Second sector is good from him actually, a 30.1. First sector not too shabby either. So this should be around about higher 33s to mid 34s.
Yeah, it's decent. He notably took a step up at Mandalika and improving all the way through. And he came here pretty confident, although he hasn't had the best run of luck.
Clean exit there as well. Comes across 34.8. So that just puts him in 8th position, just under Kosuke Sakamoto.
Yeah, and the checkered flag is out, so that is that. So not much track time for Lachlan, but hopefully that was a decent shakedown. Kosuke Sakamura. And the order at the top of the screens is similar to what it was at the end of the race yesterday, namely Reiterberger, Zakwan, Aslan, Andy Farid and Yuki Ito. The fastest 5. Just stay with Kosuke there. He's going through turn 11. So coming up to complete his last lap of the session. Best lap so far, 1:34.666.
Yeah, you'd imagine he's fighting off a bit of pain. Marcus Reiterberger, yeah.
It's good to get back on the bike.
Yeah.
And, just make sure everything's working. Get the blood flowing through those sore bits so they don't hurt quite so much.
Just want to give another shout out to Marcus's consistency. He's been lapping in the lower 133s, which is still faster than anyone else. And this is how warm-up looks like.
Yeah, so it was Marcus Reiterberger again, 1:32.565 from Zakwan Zaidi, from Aslan Shah Kamaruzzaman for 1XOX BMW, and Andy Farid was 4th, Yuki Ito was 5th. Same order as they finished yesterday's race 1. Casper Daniel was 6th fastest on 1:34.4. Kosuke, we were just talking about, was 7th and 8th. Lachlan Epis. 9th, Chun Hong Yan. And 10th, Jakrit Swang Sawat. Best time for Jakrit there, 1:36.6. So that brings the proceedings, the warm-ups, to a close for this morning. Now, if you're anywhere in the area, do come along to Zhuhai International Circuit, because from in 20 minutes' time, pit lane will be open for spectators to come. They'll be able to come and meet some of the riders, get some goodies, some giveaways. And if you're watching on TV, then we will be back with race 2 this afternoon. More fantastic on-track action coming. Daniel and I will be joined by the mighty maestro of the microphone, Des Corkill. And we will be with you from 1 p.m. local time in China. This is round 5 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. We'll see you this afternoon.
Idemitsu IRG5. Start like a rocket and ship like silk with super bike-proven nano-tailored oil. Ultra-protective Quintec guard technology distills the wisdom of oil experts. 5 protective benefits in harmony unleash the peak performance of your engine. Nano Silky Tech ensures extra smooth upshifting at high RPM. Rocket starts, silky shifts. Idemitsu IRG5. Idemitsu IRG7. Race-bred nano-tailored oil for enhanced acceleration and horsepower. Even in harsh conditions, the 7 protective benefits of septic guard technology keep your engine performing at its peak. Even a split-second advantage can change everything. Born to win. Idemitsu IRG7. Idemitsu engine oils are precisely formulated for meticulously engineered Japanese car engines. We are committed to delivering optimal performance. We fulfill this commitment through 5 ultra-protective benefits known as Quintec Guard. They unleash the peak performance of treasured cars. Drive anywhere with confidence. Feel the excitement in your heart. The highest quality engine oils in the history of Idemitsu. Idemitsu IFG7. Flagship engine oil nano-tailored for high-precision engines. Enhanced performance in 7 ways with super protective septic guard technology, the accumulated wisdom of oil experts. Anti-power loss nanotech keeps your engine performing at its peak for extended periods in harsh conditions. Beat the heat. Idemitsu IFG 7.
Itu ceweknya kodenya buram. Mana aja? Kuning. Nih, cepat. Putih.มองกล้องหน่อย everybody นี่บ้านเราไม่เหลือแล้วเหรอลูกไม่เอาบ้านเราไม่เหลือแล้วเหรอเขาเดินวนกันMana juga? Minggunya balik. Banyak apa Pak? Oke, bye. Kapo? Kok tinggi?